Over the past couple of weeks, I've started something called the carnivore diet. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've heard of it before. But a little bit about me, I'm a Collegiate 1 Division athlete. I compete in track and field. And I've kind of been playing with my diet over the past couple of months. So recently I returned home from Mexico 6 months ago, and my body wasn't in the best shape it could have been in. And I've kind of been playing around with different types of diets, trying to figure out what's best for me. When I first got back, I was just trying to eat a lot of whole foods. You could say I was following more of like a paleo style diet. I was eating a lot of meat, just whole foods in general. I was eating vegetables, nuts, and fruit, and basically just eating that. And that worked well for me for a little bit. So I came across some other people on the internet and some other research, and I decided to try an animal-based diet. And for a couple of months I did that, where I would just eat essentially meat and fruit. And I tried to limit, I would eat nuts occasionally. I tried to limit those. I just really like the taste of like peanuts and almonds and cashews. So I would include those occasionally. And it was good. I saw lots of improvements in my health. Specifically just my body composition has changed a lot. I mean, I've been training pretty vigorously for the last couple of months. So I'm sure that has more to do with it than my diet. But eating like a whole foods has helped a lot with that. And so I noticed too, I had pretty bad acne when I was in Mexico. I think it's just due to the fact that I was under constant stress. I was speaking another language, and my diet was awful. I mean, I tried to do the best I could, but most of the food there was deep fried and vegetable or canola oil, and there's a lot of tortillas and just lots of corn and grains and things like that can be pro-inflammatory. So once I got home, I kind of cut all that out of my diet, and I saw huge improvements with that, which was inflammation in my body in general. I'll show you guys some pictures of me when I was there, and just the transformation that my body's had in the last couple of months. It's pretty insane. My face is it's slimmed out a whole lot. It doesn't look just as puffy or inflamed. I mean, my face used to be just covered with just red marks and acne, and most of that's gone now. So it's pretty amazing. And I've gained about 10 pounds of just muscle. I mean, my body fat percentage is actually lower than it was when I was there, and I weigh more now. So, but over the past 2 weeks, I've started the carnivore diet, which essentially is just eating meat. And I decided to document that and kind of explain what has been going on. So that's what this video will be about. I'll just kind of go through what I saw and what kind of happened to my body during those 2 weeks. All right, here we are. Day number 2 of the carnivore diet. About to have my first meal of the day. But yeah, cooked myself some hamburger and eggs, a little bit of butter. I'm not feeling too bad so far. Feel pretty good actually. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so today's Sunday, the 27th of November. Here's my meal for today. So beef patty, and then I have this, it's some cheese, mozzarella cheese, and like some wrapped meat. So here's just pork, salt, and then some pasteurized milk, cheese cultures, and salt. So that's what I'll be having for dinner today. I had a pretty big lunch, so just gonna stick with this. Surprisingly, I feel really good. I've been peeing a lot. I woke up last night at like 2 in the morning. I had to go to the bathroom super bad. But from what I've read, it's just the muscle glycogen in my body is just depleting. So that's just an update for now. All right, here we are. It's Monday, the 28th of November. I'm about to make my first meal of the day. All I've had is some water so far with a little bit of electrolytes. I'm making some hamburger, got a couple eggs, and then 2 tablespoons of butter. So that's it. Breakfast, see how it goes. Sweet, so a little update. I don't pee as much anymore. I think the muscle glycogen is finally depleted in my body, or at least the stuff that I had stored before. I weighed 187.5 this morning, and when I started I was like 193, so I've lost a lot of water weight. Did a little workout last night. Did some light squats and some bench, and I felt strong, felt fine. I came back and my body fat percentage was like at 11.8, which is the lowest it's been on the scale I have in probably 2 months. So that was really cool. Said my muscle mass was over 160, which is higher than I've been. I mean, I've been at 155 to 158. I haven't seen it at 160 in like a month either. So I don't know what's going on, but I feel great. I've been eating less. I think that's just because after you eat enough meat, your body's just like, I'm sick and tired of that. I don't eat that anymore. So, but yeah, that's how we've been going so far. Yeah, just the thought of eating more meat wasn't appetizing at all until just recently. So, making a couple burgers real quick for dinner. But I've noticed that I've been peeing a lot, which is really strange. The only thing I can think of is from what I've read is that the muscle glycogen that's stored in your body is getting depleted, so all that water weight that you have is coming out. So I don't know. I've been drinking a lot of water too, so it could be a combination of those things. But I feel really good so far, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Today is the 30th of November, 2022. I started last Friday. Today's Wednesday, so it's been about 5 days, more or less, since I've started. All I've been eating is basically ground beef, eggs, bacon, and then I had a little bit of pork the other day. So, and then a little bit of cheese as well. So, but other than that, that's all I've consumed. That, and then I've just been supplementing electrolytes. So, the first couple of days, I felt really tired. I wasn't doing a whole lot, but I still felt pretty tired. And on Monday, my first workout, towards the end of my workout, I got pretty tired. I was still able to perform well, but I was definitely tired. But today, I think my body's finally starting to adapt. I mean, after 3 days, I stopped peeing a bunch. My body weight's kind of balanced out around 185 to 187. Kind of depends if it's in the morning or at night. So I'm kind of back down to that baseline. Whereas I was hovering around 190 to 192 before, like a week ago. So I'm a little lighter, and I was wondering how that would affect my performance, like in the weight room and on the track and stuff. And we had a technical day today, threw some shot put, high jumped, and I felt great. I mean, I was jumping high, throwing really far. I mean, I had some throws that I don't think I've thrown that far before. So it was a productive day. Then we went in the weight room, and I felt great. I tied my bench max, which is, I haven't done that in a long time, so that was really, really good. And I weighed 5 pounds less than last time I hit that. So so far it's been going really good. I eat 2 meals a day, and then sometimes after workouts I'll eat like a beef stick and drink some like electrolytes. So all right, so here we are. It's been a week on the carnivore diet. I'm just making my first breakfast here. I got some eggs and 4 pieces of bacon. So a week in, I weighed 185.6 this morning. I was 193 when I started. So I've lost a lot of water weight. My body's starting to get adapted to it. The first couple of days I was peeing a lot. Now, probably the biggest thing is when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I really have to poop, but I can't. I think that's just from not eating any fiber. But I don't know if you can tell, my face has cleared up a lot. I don't know what it is, but it's cleared up a lot. So that's kind of an update on where I'm at right now. All right, what's up everybody? So I completed my first week of the carnivore diet. It's been very interesting to say the least. Today I had the first, it's day 7, and I had the first case of what Joe Rogan calls the explosive diarrhea. I mean, it makes sense. Not eating fiber or carbohydrate, it can make you do that. So I don't know, I felt really good. My face has been clearing up, and I've lost a couple pounds of water weight, and I'm leaner than I was. Kind of interesting because my body fat percentage on the scale I have has gone down about 3%. When I was started, I was around 14% on there, and I was at 10.9% today, and I'm hovering around like 11.5. So in just a week, it's gone down a lot, which has been really cool. I just feel less inflamed, and my body feels really good. I just really do not want to have that constipation, but hopefully this constipation passes through quick. But I'm really liking how I feel. I'm considering adding fruit back in there, just for the carbohydrate, because there are times when I do feel a little tired. But I know I haven't given enough time for my body to completely adapt to it either. So I'm gonna go for another week and see how it goes, see if my body adapts to it better this time. And I'm just gonna keep doing this week by week until we see what happens. But so far I've seen lots of good results, and I don't doubt that like it's sustainable. The only thing that's hard is eating the same like 3 things. It's very difficult, like on your social life too. Like you can't go out and eat with people because I mean there's not many places where you can just get like a steak. I mean, unless you're going to a steakhouse. But that's kind of my update right now. In terms of like strength and speed, I still feel fast. I've been able to do my workouts. The fatigue is going away, which has been interesting. I think my body having to adapt again. But yeah, I feel great. I mean, my body's just less inflamed. That's the biggest thing I've noticed is like I just don't feel puffy or bloated any of the time, and like my skin's cleared up too, which has probably been the coolest part of it so far. So yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. So I'll give an update, but let's keep going. After 2 weeks of doing the carnivore diet, I just want to give a little update as to what I experienced and how I feel after it, right? So after about 2 weeks, I felt really good. I guess probably the best benefits I saw was just I didn't feel like I had energy hot spikes or lows. Like usually after you eat a meal, you usually feel really tired or drowsy after. I just didn't have any of that after I would eat. I just kind of felt the same all the time, which is really interesting. So some other benefits, obviously my face cleared up a lot. I'll show us a picture of me. This picture I took, I believe it was in June. So I'll show you the picture, and then I'll show you, I mean, you can just look at my face now. It looks a lot better. I'll just put up another picture closer up. You can see other benefits I saw. I just less inflamed in general. Lost a lot of water weight. I just lost a little bit of body fat as well. I mean, I'm a lean person already, so there's not a whole lot of body fat I can lose. According to the scale I have, the lowest I measured on there was like a 10.5 during like the whole 2 weeks that I was there, and before I was averaging like 13-14% on there. So I lost a lot of water weight and body fat as well. One interesting though is that my muscle composition on that scale actually improved. So it's really interesting how I could lose weight, but my amount of muscle that scale said I had improved as well. So I guess some of the cons that I'll go over that I saw was obviously around the week mark, I started getting a little bit of constipation, and that passed really quickly. But there was a couple of days where I needed to be close to the bathroom. So if you're gonna do the carnivore diet, just be aware of that. That's probably gonna happen. Some other things that happened, I stopped craving sweets, which was interesting. Like the only thing that sounded appealing was like a fatty piece of meat. I went and had some chicken and salmon one night, and it was really interesting because that just wasn't appealing to me like at all. It didn't sound good just because they are leaner cuts of meat, and a lot of the energy that I was consuming was coming from fat. So if you're gonna do the carnivore diet, make sure to eat fattier cuts of meat and high quality meats as well. You don't want to eat like just super low quality processed meat all the time. Like that's gonna cause a lot of problems for you. So like high quality grass finished beef is probably your best bet. I mean, obviously if you can't get that, so that's fine. But fatter cuts of meat like beef are probably your best bet on that diet. And it's fine to have chicken, to have pork, to have other meats. But I added a lot of butter and like ghee to what I ate, and I saw that helped me have more energy and stay more satiated. So are the biggest things that I learned from doing the carnivore diet. It's really important that you do have a high fat intake, just because that's where all of your calories come from. And then on top of that, just making sure to supplement electrolytes. So that was really important. One other thing that I did as well is I've been taking these. I didn't eat any organs. I know a lot of people recommend doing that, so I actually just took some of these desiccated organs, which this one contains. Right to here. It has liver, heart, kidney, pancreas, and spleen. And I originally started taking these a couple months ago, and I really realized that my face actually cleared up a lot then. And then once I went like strict carnivore, that's the clearest my face had ever been, and just like the less inflamed my body's felt. And you can tell like my face looks a lot less puffy than it did from the picture. I'll show up here again. And then even from like when I very first started the carnivore, you can tell the difference here in my face, which is it's kind of crazy. And that just goes for my whole body. I just feel less inflamed, more. I don't know, just more. I just feel better is the best way to describe it. So, but looking forward, I'll probably start eating fruit again. I have been eating fruit actually for the last couple of weeks. So I'll kind of get into that and talk a little bit about how that's been going. Awesome. So I just want to kind of give an update after the 2 weeks of kind of what happened to me and why I decided to add fruit back into my diet. So right now I'm training for the decathlon. It's a very taxing event, and every day we spend, 3 to 4 hours at the track and in the weight room just trying to become better, and with the ultimate goal of running faster, jumping higher, and throwing shot disc and then javelin farther. So I noticed that after a while I was just a little fatigued, and I think that's just my body adapting to ketosis and becoming more fat adapted and adapting to that new, style of eating. So I really do want to try it here in the future, but right now we're kind of in the peak of our training with the highest amount of volume and intensity, and it was just really taxing on my body. I was seeing amazing results, with my face and just my body composition. Like I was so much more vascular. I still am more vascular, and I've been able to maintain kind of those benefits that I saw from the strict carnivore for 2 weeks. In these next couple of weeks as I've been eating animal based, adding back in the fruit. So I just noticed I feel a little bit better. My body's been running on carbohydrates my entire life, so it's just kind of what I'm used to. I'm not saying that carnivore would be bad, but I really do want to go back and try it when I'm not in such a high stress environment. Because right now, with our training, we spend so much time over at the track and lifting and sprinting. It's really demanding. And I feel like the benefits of the carbohydrates, just the way that I feel is a little bit more explosive, and I had just more energy. So I feel like I've gotten the benefits of becoming more fat adapted, and my body is able to utilize those fat stores and to utilize the fat from the food that I'm eating a lot better than I was before. So I'm really glad that I did that. I just feel that right now it's just a little bit too much for my body, especially with the training that we're doing. So hopefully here in the future, maybe once the season's over, I might try it again, maybe for a month or two, and just kind of see if my body can fully adapt. I know it takes a while for the mitochondria within your actual cells to become fat adapted and to adapt to type of diet and different eating style, and that can take upwards of 6 to 12 weeks. And I didn't really want to risk that. I didn't know if that would affect my performance. And from what I've seen, it hasn't affected my performance drastically. But I have noticed, so I added fruit back in. And past week, we tested some stuff in the weight room. I tested a 39.5-inch vertical, standing vertical. I'll put the video up here, which is a lifetime PR for me on the standing vertical. I've gone higher running, but I'm going to test that here in a couple of weeks when I go home for Christmas with my brother. But I've been running faster. My hurdles have been improving, and I just feel a little bit better when I do eat those fruit. And it doesn't make me feel bloated or doesn't give me any problems. And probably the other thing is you don't have any constipation either when you eat a little bit of fruit and have that fiber. So I think I'll probably stick through this season. I've been feeling great, and I'm probably in the best shape that I've been in my life. I feel amazing, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And then I really do want to try the carnivore diet again, just when my body's not in such a stressed state, because I think it was just a little bit harder for my body to actually adapt to it, just because I was putting so much stress on my body through the training. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, so if you've tried carnivore before, leave a comment down below, kind of what your experience was, if you liked it or not. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. I'm going to be making a new video here every week. I hope you enjoyed the video. This carnivore diet's been awesome for me. Kind of using it as a tool with the animal-based diet. Um, I'm in the best shape of my life and I feel amazing. So if this was helpful to you, please like the video and subscribe, and I'll get more content out here shortly. But I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We be out.